your face back, what do you see? A bunch of bullshit. No character, niggas scary enough to pull clips. Destroy the chances of the future just to make rent. And even out the odds by calling God when they can't take it. You see, they lying to themselves about their patience. New year, new me. But still on the same shit. I'm focused financially, aiming where the cake sit to leave my breath stinking while I'm reeking like the fresh mint.
3, 2, 1.
What's happening? It's Charlie Muscle. It's not really an interview right now. It's more of a conversation, just chilling out. So as far as what's been going on, I say let's start with Team Backpack. Of course, we had the MULA in May. I keep getting these months mixed up. So May was when MULA went down. About, I say first day 300 plus rappers that was there auditioning. And then second day they said anywhere from the 350 of the original plus maybe another 300 or maybe more. I'm not exactly sure, but it was a lot of people out there. Good chance to network. A lot of familiar faces, so it was good to actually see some people that I haven't seen in a while. It was cool though. It was good and it was not, because it was hot as fuck. Just to be honest, it was really hot. But as far as all the artists that were there, brought all the different talents. It was a lot of different scales and levels of hip hop that were there. People who weren't even involved as far as rap, they were there as producers, graphic designers, some just spectators. Networking just was crazy. So made a lot of new connections and friends. Hopefully, made a few people happy just by the verse. The verse turned out okay. I actually fucked up the first 4 bars, but I recovered real quick. Put that back in perspective, and then did my one take, got off stage, and the reaction was pretty much a good and positive reaction. Although I did mess up, it was a lot better than I did expect. So,
how many people were there?
Total,
artists and viewers and.
They were saying close to 800 people.
Nice.
There was close to 800 people, and actually shout out to the people who auditioned, because from my knowledge, just by numbers, it was like 1,700 auditioners on YouTube. And the people who showed up, it was only 350 that made it out.
Wow.
So shout out to every one of them. But it was a lot of people out there. It was a perfect opportunity for anybody who was new to the scene, anybody who was old and unfamiliar, or anybody who was familiar and just wanted to, network and connect with different people. It was a perfect opportunity for you to come out. Even if you didn't make it out, there still is the cases where you get, a few posts here and there on Facebook or on Twitter or something about Team Backpacker, MULA, the ciphers that drop every Monday. If you see any of that information, then just go and network with the people in the comment section, because that's basically where you're going to start seeing most of the feed coming from the MULA circuit itself. But it was dope. Like, nonetheless, it was completely dope. I got a little bit of music stacked up. I got there a day late, but did stack up a little bit on some music and shit, and got a chance to hear a few of these people. Became a new fan of a couple of different people. I just been marinating on that. This is a perfect opportunity and good blessing for everybody. Just in case.
What artist stood out to you the most when you were watching all the performances?
Man. Who stood out the most?
Was there any single time rappers that caught your attention with dope punchlines, maybe some heavy bar rappers?
Shit. There was a few actually. Hey, he stood out. He stood out very heavily. Oh, Blimey, she stood out. She had a couple fault ups, but her bars and her syncopation, the story that she was trying to tell within her verse, it was dope enough to where people really didn't mind hearing it a couple times. Having to re-go over it. Chrissy Blanco, she was dope. Triz was hella dope. Task One was dope. A girl named Shalina, she's fairly new, or from my understanding, this was her first audition and she made it out. So she actually, I heard a couple stories about the first day because I wasn't there, and then the second day I started to hear a little bit more myself what her style and her skill and everything was. Shit, it's off the Richter, man. You gotta be on the lookout for her.
Do you know where she's from?
Canada.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. I didn't pay attention to that until I got a chance to friend request her on Facebook. And when we got a chance to have a couple conversations and whatnot, I started noticing, okay, where is she from? And I look, and it's from Canada. Wow, she actually paid that cost to come from Canada to LA to actually audition and make it out. So all those people complaining about, man, it was too much and they live over in Arizona or something, man, quit complaining. But it was a few different people. Austin Acid, my boy Dirthead, Marshall Payne. He was one of the people who was called out to come and cipher as far as same level as myself, but I hadn't got a chance to listen to too much of his material beforehand. Turns out when I got there, he was a fan of mine and had already started, listening to my music. So he passed off his newest music, so I got that as well. It was a few people, you know what I mean? It was some old friends like Jeff Turner, Catalyst, Avi were out there. I had brought Brewster, of course, so we kind of had a little circle of our old auditioning from last year, our old audition family. It kind of was a reunion of all of that, plus we're bringing in all of these new people at like 350, maybe 340. I think it was 350 or 375 as far as the amount of rappers that were there auditioning that day.
What are you sipping on, some coffee?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're a coffee drinker. What's your favorite flavor?
Honestly, I can deal with all original. Just anything original. It doesn't have to be, I'm not really too picky. As long as it's sweet, as long as I can deal with my sweetness in it, I'm good. Black, cream, any different kinds of creams, I'll try it all. But
you like Starbucks?
No. I can be honest about Starbucks. They do have a few things on their menu that I like strawberry frap. I like, it was a vanilla bean frap, I think it is. I like that.
Yeah,
but their coffee substances is just, they're too robust. There's too much backbite behind it, and it's like, okay, well, you drink a cup of coffee at home, you have the proper ability to be able to maintain how it reacts to you. As far as a cup of Starbucks coffee or something of that nature, you can't regulate that. You just got to take what they gave you. So
yeah, it's pretty strong. It is a pretty strong coffee.
Yeah, I only drink it if, and in fact, like, for the MULA trip, I woke up. In fact, I didn't get to sleep for most of the time there. I stayed up 2 nights out of the 3 I was there, and got me a cup of coffee from the Starbucks across the street. And I was up for a good 6 hours and then started to crash out. Ended up going right back across the street, other direction, hit a 7-Eleven, got another cup of coffee. Man, I was just having fun out there, but I tried not to sleep, to soak in whatever I can, because it was my first experience.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, how was your experience in LA? Because we met up with you.
Yeah.
So, yeah. How was your days after?
Man, it was like I should have just went home. Either I should have went home or just crashed. I should have just crashed at Finesse's. But honestly, it was a good experience because, like I said, the day after was the auditioning, or not the auditioning, it was the actual live cipher. So that was the day I was supposed to perform and do my verse and whatnot. It was dope because I got to meet up with some old people, see some new people, see a little bit more of LA that I hadn't seen being there. But it was very limited, If I'd have came by myself or rode in a different car or, had different things set up rather than it being so spurred a moment on my finances, I would have been perfectly willing to just sit for a little bit longer or do extra things. But because I wasn't on my own schedule and time, it did make it a little hard and difficult. Although I'm appreciative of, all the people that did help out and everybody who was around to make the days better, following, kicking it with y'all, but it's still more to see, still more to do. So I feel like it was a good trip, but next time it could be better.
Yeah. We'll make sure to take you around more.
Oh, definitely.
I've seen you've done a couple collabs. Who you collabing with?
Shoot, I've collabed with homeboy Enigma, Alexander Moriarty, Dr. Moriarty. Just did a song. Actually, I dropped my verse for his song as one of my recent verse releases. It's called The Gamer Flex. I'm not sure if you heard it yet, but he actually allowed me to come in and do something different because I don't do video games and cartoons very often. I might use them as a punchline here and there or put them in assembly, but he had a beat that was specifically made from like sounds of an 8-bit MIDI, so I kind of had to go back into seeing what little shit I had in my little vault and released that recently. I've been working on a mixtape mostly. I got the EP coming out. As far as the collabs is concerned, I know I did a collab for Catalyst. Collab with one of the Team Backpack members as well, Merce. He was in the same Cypher Draft series as me, so got a chance to do a couple with him actually. And I think they're releasing soon, within the next few weeks or next few months, whatnot. He's going to be releasing those on his next tape. Man, so many people. I just opened up another collab special as well, where it's like I got a whole bunch of people ask me, why don't you do a buy one get one free? as far as your verses. And I told him, you know, okay, well, I'll take it into consideration. Thought about it for a couple of days, and it came off as a little unfair for both sides. So I boosted the deal, and basically it's buy one and get two for $35 because I charge $100 for my verses. So you buy a verse for $100, and for $35 extra, you get two more verses. So you get 3 verses for the price of maybe, I'd say less than 24 bars. Well, look, maybe a little bit more than 24, less than 30. You basically paying that much for 3 verses. So yeah, I got a lot of work coming in other than the collabs, just basically maintaining and focusing on the mixtape and the EP. Because by the time I want to drop those before my cipher drops in September, which September 1st with Team Backpack is my cipher.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask that.
Yeah, they I didn't know why they did it, but I kind of looked at the schedule of how all the ciphers are dropping versus they're gonna right when they end mine the following week they're starting another series. I believe it's the Circuit to A3C. I'm basically the one that's ending off the summer season. So our group, I don't know if there was a heavy significance, or was it, you know, based on the fault that we were kind of the newer draft series, give us a little bit more of a chance to be seen. But either way it go, I can see nothing but good promotion coming from it for everybody that was a part of it. So following that, I believe I want to get the mixtape and the EP dropped before then, maybe a week before then or around that time, so that way when that drops, everybody will have new material and start working on the first album.
Nice. Do you have any music videos coming out anytime soon?
You know what? I was working on trying to get a few videos done for the mixtape. It probably won't happen because I don't have the finances to get them shot. So the next step will be the EP, which is probably going to release around the same time. But because it'll be a little bit more personal, I can take and utilize what I have here. Take a little time and learn how to edit and shoot and do all my own things with what I got as far as cell phones, cameras, making it look as best possible, and put it up. Because now I found out that the smartphones have 1080 HD. It kind of makes it a little better to get those shots wherever I'm at and, you know, whatever I need to have them. But I'm looking toward at least dropping one, you know, for the release of the mixtape or release of the EP, something as a single, so that way people have a visual to go along with the audio. And then a few for the album when it drops. I just haven't had release date, time, concepts, and a lot of that still is in the place of working in. So it's a lot of work to do, and that's basically where I've been at.
Nice. So we gotta start a fundraiser for Charlie Muscle's music video.
Man, if you want to start a fundraiser for anything, I got a perfect reason. My niece of my wife's, she's 11 years old, severely disabled. I believe last time we did an interview, I had to give her a shout out. Well, you know what I mean? It's hard for her family more than it is for me and mine. And that's why I do what I do, is to try to help provide as much as I can. So if anybody want to start a fundraiser, do it for that. You know what I mean? And I'm gladly willing to set you up with the information that's needed to help us out. But I could work myself. It'll take a little struggle for me, but that's why I'm Charlie Muscle. You know, no muscle without a hustle.
Man of many talents.
Yeah.
So you do some gardening, I seen, right?
Oh yeah, a little bit, just a little bit. I'm starting. I gotta get my my backyard a little bit more resurfaced, get everything cleaned up. I got some cutting to do as far as the grass. Got some watering to do because of the damn droughts. Now that shit is starting to fuck up the county's regulations on when we can water.
Certain days and all that, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But all my crops are doing good for right now, at least. I'm trying to get some a gardening grow box so that way I can get a little bit more vegetation, some more spices as far as oregano, fucking barley, parsley, whatever they feel like they're gonna need as well. Tomatoes, vegetables, and fruits and whatnot. Try to get something set up for the family to where we can reduce the amount we spend and all. You know, it's just little ideas that they throw out there that I try out.
Yeah, I feel that. You like cooking?
Yeah.
Are you a chef? Are you the chef of the house?
No, actually, I'm like the assistant chef. Her sister is
sous chef.
I'm like the sous chef, basically. But my wife's sister is basically the one that comes in and takes care of all of the meals. When she doesn't feel like cooking, that's when I step in, and all the family is, you know, it's just kind of a helping each other type of thing while we help ourselves.
Yeah. So that's what's up.
Yeah.
What's your favorite meal?
That I cook or that she cooks?
Well, either. What do you like to eat?
The one thing that I can say that I love is like homemade lasagna and tamale pie. Those are one of my two of my favorite dishes.
Tamale pie?
Yeah.
What is that?
Tamale pie is like basically all of the filling of a tamale, and it's kind of layered with cheddar cheese and cornbread. So it's like a tamale, but it's a pie kind of a substance.
Oh man.
He waiting on that. He waiting on that squeeze burger.
Squeeze in, man. He must have squeezed in.
Yeah.
Nah, man, that tamale pie, man. That sounds good. I'm gonna have to take some notes on that one.
Oh yeah. I'll make sure I send you either a picture or a recipe, something.
Oh, please do, cause yeah, I enjoy cooking myself. That's why I asked.
Definitely.
So speaking of squeeze in, can you let the people know what squeeze in since we brought it up?
Welcome to Sacramento. Now, the squeeze in is like it's like your normal Johnny Rockets or your old school burger joint, kind of like a drive-in, a dive, something of the nature. And this consistency, because of how its original building was, it was more of a blink and you miss it type of dive because it's so small. They named it the squeeze in because literally, with the amount of space and customers they were getting, people had to literally squeeze into the building to actually order, sit, eat, or just even pick up and leave. Excuse me, but they decided to expand. One of the locations moved right across the street from them into a little bit of a bigger location, but still considered to squeeze in. They had another location in downtown in Sacramento, 17th and X Street. Perfect cheeseburgers. They got a cheese skirt. If you haven't heard about the cheese skirt, you got to come out here and try that. But unfortunately, the original one burned from my news that I got a few months ago or a few weeks ago. So it's kind of a hard hit for the city. Although we still have 2 other locations, the original location is no longer standing. But if you haven't been here and tried the squeeze in, try the damn squeeze in or Joe's Crab Shack. Yeah, Joe's Crab Shack. If you haven't had that, have some Joe's Crab Shack.
Oh yeah, Joe's Crab is good.
Oh yeah.
That's what's up. So, what's the next big move for Charlie Muscle's career?
The next big move?
Yeah, what are you looking to do next to take to for the level you're at to up yourself one?
Produce my own music. I've tried making my own beats and doing my own productions. It helps to have the resource as far as my phone that can download apps and be able to have little recording studios here and there. The biggest resource I used out of my phone was downloading a free app called U-Loops, and it actually is a beat making machine. So I sat down and started to learn the interface and everything, how it works out. Turns out I made a few beats that worked out pretty well. I'm probably going to be using those sometime soon, hopefully for a few single drops and everything, see how I can get some reactions, see if people like the sounds that I'm utilizing. From there, just build up, try to get more sound kits and everything from my laptop and get all the proper software for that, but take it to another level, kind of like Big Crit, to where I don't have the reliance of so many other people. I can just have that first-hand reliance of myself.
Yeah. Okay. So you're gonna be doing your own music videos, your own recording, man. You do your own gardening.
Oh yeah.
So anybody need anything done in Sacramento?
I will be a one-stop shop. If I can't do it for you, I will point you in a direction where you can get it done. And that's basically where I've been setting myself up for the last few weeks, is trying to get myself networked and locked in with a few different people, talk to them about whether I really don't have any shows locked in. Just as a few pieces of information, I don't have any shows locked in. So, if and in fact there was anybody who wanted a show or a promotion or something like that, if I can't find the surfaces for you to do it, I'll find you the people that can find you that or something of that nature. That's what I've been working on, so that way I can be that one-stop shop, still being an artist, being completely independent.
Nice. All right. Well, I want to thank you for having us out.
Always.
To end it, I know we always do this. You got the list of people.
Oh yeah, let's just open this thing up. We got a list of shout-outs to do today. Alright. Shout out my mama. Without this birth thing, none of this would be possible. Let's see. I could shout a few people out, actually.
Before we end this, to let the people know, what's your favorite drink of choice?
My favorite drink of choice, Patron Silver. Patron Silver.
You gotta have that straight or with a mix?
I'm straight with it. Straight with a lime wedge, I'm good. That's me. My wife can tell you I've had a few different bottles. I bought a fifth of Crown Royal, actually, because there's a bag, and drunk that by myself. The straight up, it's pretty much one of those relaxed dries. I don't want to kick it. I don't want to go nowhere type of alcohols. Patron, you can drink that and go anywhere, do anything. Just be careful on what you're doing because you drink too much and you might fight. Vodka, I do vodka a lot because it's kind of it's like a passive drink for me. If I'm in the middle of working on the go and some shit like that, and I really don't have the time to sit down and enjoy a drink, I'll have the vodka because it's pretty much quick, easy. Let's do this. Don't really do too much beer, but if I do a beer, I'd have to say nowadays it'll be a Budweiser. I used to drink 211 Steel Reserve.
You like Blue Moon?
You know what? I haven't really done Blue Moon fairly often. I'm starting to get a little bit more used to IPAs.
Blue Moon in this weather's great.
I'm gonna try that because they got a few different places out here that sell them, so I'm gonna make sure I get one. But I haven't really been sitting with beer because, like I said, I've been kind of sitting with my own music and everything, trying to get all the work taken care of, mixtapes, collabs, and all that stuff. So, with all of that work handed in, I haven't even drunk the vodka that's sitting up there.
Well, let's get these. Who do you got? Who do you got to shout out, Charlie?
All right, let's go.
The list.
Dr. Moriarty, BLG Beats, Cameron Shelby, Brewster, Catalyst, because I actually did a collab with Catalyst recently. Chandler Sherrill, Eat a Rapper, Gravebait, Logic One. I did a collab with him recently. Lyric Cali and Merce, Enigma, Bastida Madman, Jeremy Putra of Underground on Top and Underground on Top, because they still got me covered and taking care of your boy from, side notes wherever they can, and I appreciate all the love and the help. They're like family, so I gotta stick with them. Lear, if nobody knows, Lear is a troll, but he is, a solid dude. Lear is a hell of a solid dude. I gotta shout out Eli Garcia because he actually did the work on the last Gifted and Dedicated, the first one. Did you guys get a copy of that one? I'll make sure. I think I got one copy right there that you could take with you. But he did all of the mixing and mastering that he could on that project, and he didn't get too much shine for what his project, his work and everything he did. So I want to continue to give him some shine until he feels fit. But Eli Garcia, shout out to him. Shout out to Antonio Marquis and Arsonic for helping with the TV. They got us a new TV when ours broke out in our bedroom. So I really do appreciate them for helping because they are in far distances, always moving, always working. So they didn't have to do that. Shit. As far as major companies or sponsors, I don't have any. So shout out anybody who's looking at this and want to actually work with me. You can hit me up at bookcharliemuscle@gmail.com. I'm more than willing to work with you. Sponsorships, investments, whatever you need to talk about as far as a business proposition, you can hit me there. Pretty much, I could shout out the world right now, but I don't got the mind to do it. That's a lot of them
hot afternoons in Sacktown, people.
It is. But moreover, it's so much love that I'm getting in so many different places that I'm so appreciative. There's so many people I want to give thank yous to, and I can't thank everybody. But, if I did miss you, love you, thank you very much, I appreciate you. It's basically all I can do for right now. If you want to get a little bit more of a personal shout out, hit me up on Facebook. Throw me a message. I'll make sure that I'll do a personal laptop video and just shout you out all day.
Before we end this, where can they find your stuff at? Follows.
You can follow me on Facebook.com/Charlie Muscle. You can find me on Twitter at Charlie_Muscle. You can find me at Instagram Charlie_Muscle916. As far as music, you can find me at youtube.com/CGeorge916. That's the letter C, George916. At Reverb Nation /Charlie Muscle. Basically, you can now, I'm starting to see, if you Google me and look for music, rap music, you'll find me. Just avoid anything that has to deal with Charlie horses, muscles, just plain body muscles. And Charlie Muscle White, he's a good, he's a good artist, but I'm not Charlie Muscle White, I'm Charlie Muscle. Two different spellings, you'll see it when you Google it. Man, I'm basically now on Bandcamp. You can find me at charliemuscle.bandcamp.com. And I'm trying to work on getting a few things done through Reverb Nation. We'll possibly having a website and probably a mobile app to get a little bit more closer to getting the music, being able to download, a little bit faster than going everywhere else, having to hit the internet. So be on the lookout for all of that. And damn, there was something else like important. There was something else important. Oh well, you guys can get that later.
Thank you for having us out,
Man,
Charlie.
no problem. More than welcome to come back.
This has been an ARNP conversation. Peace.
Pull your face back, what do you see? A bunch of bullshit. No character, niggas scary enough to pull clips. Destroy the chances of the future just to make rent. And even out the eye by calling God when they can't take it. You see, they lying to themselves about their patience. New year, new me. But still on the same shit. I'm